Hello, everybody, and my name is Anastassya Davydova, and I'm Chief Commercial Officer in the CityConsult Development. This is a development holding, and actually, I have an experience as a CMO in different companies and different industries, including real estate and entertainment, FMCG, etc. So I would like here to speak today about customer journey and the client today and tomorrow. And I have the presentation for you. So we will go step by step on slides and here what we have. So I have channel, a Telegram channel with thousands of marketing specialists. And we discussed with my colleagues the trends in marketing and what is actually the real challenges marketeers face now. And let's start not from the client, but from the question, what is going on in the marketing? And what we see now, sorry, I have to move this. What we see now, and that they say that best marketeers are in some very big industries like banks, like development, like car manufacturing and industry. And that's happened because exactly in these industries, marketing and marketing specialists has to be better than multiple competitors. And every time answer the questions, what we can do better, how to beat competitors, how to create new products, how to reach the customer and to offer them the best values and the best service. And exactly these industries we are seeing, they are very focused and they are very close to their customers and focused on service. So why everybody is looking for good marketeers now? Why always marketing has challenges? Why I have read the article in Harvard Business Review. It was a very good article. Why CMO never last? So actually, all companies I know, all companies I've been working for, every time had the question, what's wrong with our marketing? And one of the answers is actually everybody is hiring marketeers. It's actually it's non-stop demand on the market, and the answer is quite simple. First of all, we are living in a very challenging time and very changing time. We all the time facing new new conditions on the market, and most of marketeers have lack of long-term strategy and understanding, for example, what ROMI does means or how other departments work together. So sometimes marketing is completely separated from the customer experience department or separated from the sales department. So this is actually from my point of view, it's one of the biggest challenge for the marketing department to understand how all company runs, how all structure works, and the marketing is one of the main department. Yes, to be like a leader to move the company ahead. Also, one of the challenges is old-fashioned skills that we all the time in the marketing will all the time have to learn something new. Now we have digital transformation. Now we all goes online. We all have to have new digital skills to understand what that means. Lead generation, qualified lead, CRM system, how tools works and what we can use for the B2C or B2B. And it's non-stop learning. So we can't use the marketing skills we used to learn many years ago, but it doesn't work anymore just to segment, for example, your target audience as a 18 to 40. You should segment your audience very detailed and careful. and complex. Marketing is the collective work of all departments in your company. If you don't understand how in your company logistic works, delivery works, innovation, technology works, or sales works, marketing cannot be effective. So what we see here is actually that most chief marketing officers, they stay not long time in one company, and 40% have been in their roles 2 years or less. And we see here the actually how many years CMO works in one position, and this is one of the position who for the companies one of the fragile one. So there are many types of CMO, and this is actually very important for CEO or for the owner of the company to understand what kind of role he put on the CMO. The chief marketing officer or the marketing department should focus on strategy, should focus on the customer experience, should focus on sales, on commercialization, or some both, like being universal. So you CEO and owners of companies should really understand what is the main focus, or what should be the main focus for the marketing. And this is very important because what we see now in the market, this is the changing of, for example, many companies started now not to look for the CMO, or chief marketing officer, but to look for the chief customer relation officer. So someone who is focused to the client, who is focused on the relationship with the clients and customers, who is focused on loyalty program, CRM system, etc. So yes, it's very important for CEO of the company to understand very clear the role of marketing and the very exact KPIs that marketing should deliver. There are marketing metrics. This is actually kind of testing when you do something after your marketing campaigns. And there are KPIs. KPIs is mostly for the owners. We would like to be number one. We would like to grow in sales twice, or we would like to reach millions of audience, millions of customers, etc. So this should be very clear and exact, let's say, KPI for the marketing to make really effective campaigns. So short conclusion about this part is that marketing now should adapt fast to every customer needs, should adapt fast to every challenges on the market. Never forget about being client-oriented company. Never forget about real desires of your customer. Adapt or die. Service is the key to the customer heart. So if we would look to the latest researches in customer segmentation, we see that brands, the brand name itself doesn't have too much influence anymore, but the service this brand deliver became more important. So keep an open channel of communication for your client and know who your ideal customers are. This is one of the most important key to the successful marketing campaign. So let's come back to our client. And there are many books, hundreds of different books about think like your customer, customer experience, Starbucks experience, how they was growing, how they was focused on service, etc. And this is a huge part in marketing. So who is our client? Who is your client? Is actually not just segmentation and target group, or not just to be focused on the kind of men, women, children, or I don't know. It's very detailed segmentation and very detailed understanding of customer needs, because there are always positive and negative trends. For your customer, there are headaches and opportunities. There are fears and hopes. And to understand very clear exactly when he or she woke up in the morning, when she or he drinking coffee, what kind of car or transport he used, and every day. So this detailed segmentation is actually pushed marketeers to create, let's say, avatar profile. This is a very detailed information about daily routines, about goals, like and dislikes for all kind of segments of your target audience. So profiles, these profiles of your customer or potential customer also help you to filter those who will become problem clients, uh, those who you can name as qualified leads or non-qualified leads. This reduces the number of complaints you would ultimately have to deal with and increase customer satisfaction. So creating and attracting a loyal audience is much easier when you start by defining your ideal customer. And to understand who are your users or customer or clients, you should be very precise in many different components, as a geography, demographic components, or psychographic components, behavioral, and to be very detailed in this description. Not It's not only the role of the marketing department, it's not only the role for marketeers, but also for the all companies. Because when you get, for example, when sales department is working with hundreds of your customers, they sometimes can give you great feedback about exactly needs and desires of customers. So chances are you can find or buy research about your target market. Otherwise, you may have to seek out more expensive primary research options, but better all the time to ask. Ask people, ask your clients directly, uh, if they have been satisfied by the service or by the product, what they think, how it could be better, etc. So I have here the video, and actually I would like to, it's a case from Cannes Lions, I would like to show it. It's an unbelievable, great creative strategy that combine not only creativity by itself, but also the, the real emotions, the real values for customers. And this is one of the case how you can promote alcohol without actually showing alcohol. So let's have a look.
Rua Vieja, a small Pernod Ricard liqueur brand, wanted us to realize that our time is limited and that there's nothing more precious than spending it with the people we love most. By using a simple calculation of data collected from the National Institute of Statistics, we discovered that it was possible to create an algorithm capable of calculating how much time we have left to spend with someone. To raise awareness, we rolled out a campaign showing real people's reactions to results.
Qué terrible, ¿no? No me imagino no volver a verlo. Me parece muy poco. Poco, ¿eh? Eso es muy poco. Perdemos el tiempo haciendo cosas que no nos hacen felices.
In just 24 hours, it sparked a global conversation.
El tiempo que pasarán ustedes con la gente que les importa se puede calcular.
Una campaña española de Navidad está remeciendo a muchos.
Los anuncios que van más allá de la publicidad.
Because of that, that's gone viral in Spain.
Almost 1 million people visited the website from 194 different countries. The campaign inspired memes and parodies. Even a Chilean TV show spent an hour of their time talking. And this happened. Thousands of people began to share their get-togethers, making Rua Vieja or making them possible. We Have to See More of Each Other became the most watched and shared Spanish ad in history. So the brand decided to abandon its media plan and to channel passion and fight to more reunions between people, paying for thousands of bus tickets, allowing people living far away from each other to get together. And that is how a small liqueur brand reminded the world that we need to see more of each other.
So this is actually unbelievable great example. Oh, give me a second. I have to move. This is the unbelievable great example how the brand can reach. How the brand can reach his target audience with emotions and with sorry guys. Okay, the campaign was focused on emotions, on the real values for the customer, and they really found the heart in the brand. And this 52% of sales increasing is actually based only on emotions and the connection between brand and emotion, brand and love, brand and relationship. So you should answer the question, does your product has real value? Sorry. Does your product has real value and USP for client? So there are difference between product and brand. So brand is emotions, and brand is it could be logo, symbol, or name, but it provokes emotions. Product is a function. So the product is an item or service produced and offered by the company for sales in the market, but it's a function. It should solve some of your needs. So if we go forward with what kind of pain the brand, finally. So if we go forward with the brand segmentation and the value proposition, one of the best tools for it is actually to create this Canva. This Canva is showing how you can be focused on the pain and gains of your customer and exactly on the task your customer needs to solve with your product. And on the left side, you see products and services your company deliver and pain relievers and gain creators. So when you understand and when you place all this information between the needs and the solution that you can offer, this should be a perfect match. So when we speak about customer journey mapping, why it's so important to not only segment, to make segmentation of audience, not only put emotions to your brand, not only to understand the real value proposition and the customer segmentation and the customer needs, not only solve the problem, but also the customer journey. It's about where exactly the client see your brand, when exactly they meet together, and what is the touch points in this meeting, and how they interact with each other. So the customer journey is something very detailed information about all your customer groups. Customer journey could be completely different for all customer groups you work with, but to understand steps of your customer when he saw your brand first time, when he interact or tried first time, when he became your ambassador, or different, maybe he got completely negative experience. So this exactly information that customer journey mapping or customer journey researchers show us. Who is taking this journey? So the persona, timeline, it's when this exact journey have beginnings and ends? Where does your customer journey start and end? And actions, what is the customer trying to do? Do you need to capture every experience? And how they should feel during this journey, or what they felt before, so like motivation and emotions. So what is exactly important to do here is to do your research, to understand details, to understand needs and pains, analyze, build strategy, and better to have different kind of strategy, long and short term. And even like now, you should have crisis strategy. You should understand what exact tools you should use to fight with the crisis. And there are tools and templates you can seek out to help with service plots, etc. So here's some top takeaways about the customer experience and the customer journey. When I have been in Cannes Lions last year, everybody was crazy speaking about customer experience. Everybody, all creative campaigns, all speakers from Facebook, Twitter, or Pinterest, or big companies were speaking about that this is a priority for brand. Now, 50% of strategists and marketers more and more focus to the customer experience and to the service. So companies and brands, they need now to create products as a creative system. It's very important to have content strategy. It's very important to have creative strategy to create and to bring values and to bring something interesting. So if we speak about experience again, if we look back to, I don't know, some years ago, was very important to have share of voice, yeah, what customers speak about. But now they say share of experience is more important, because too much personalization could push your client away. When your communication is too pushy, it's sometimes really holds back the desire to interact with your brand. So be careful with it. Privacy is a priority, and everybody in all conference worldwide, they are speaking, big companies, they are speaking about the privacy. Privacy is very important. Being relevant won't matter if you are boring. So we've been suckered into believing we don't need to build memories. So we should bring and give experience that our customer would like to share with his friends. And here is one of the most effective tool for the marketing works is the word of mouth. Yeah, WOME. So it's when your customer speak about your brand by himself. Next is about, there is marketing metrics, one of the most important, I also think so. So it's Net Promoter Score. It's a percentage of promoters, the people who like your brand and who really can become ambassadors, and percentage of distractors, people who don't like. So you should work with all groups. You never should forget about distractors. You never should just push them away or kind of hold them away from your brand, because the one of the goal of marketing and of customer experience marketing is to build such brand and relationship with customers when distractors becomes promoters. So your happy clients are the best ambassadors of your brand. Brand citizen is also one of the word I have heard on the Cannes Lions last year, that brand should understand customer pain and offer how to release it. So when your brand has a position, has an opinion, and this position make your customer feel respect to the brand, this is a very good achievement, and this is how strategy and should be focused on. So create a safe space and listen. There are some reasons why customers are buying, and to solve their problem or to solve their pains, and we have been discussed it, or to feel comfort. So if you are showing to your clients that you are able to solve their needs, that you are able to solve their problems, and to help them understand their real wishes, because sometimes we have customers like, I don't know what I want. So I want, show me something, or push me, or make me an experience that I could decide. So the brand should be focused on understanding the real wishes, and this helps, and this you can do only with open communication with your customers. So win a client, and there are some really easy ways to win a client. The easiest way is you make segmentation, and you make your clients in groups. And the clients who does know you and buy you, this is your ambassadors, this is your promoters. The second group is clients who does know you, but they don't buy. They have some reasons, and to understand these reasons is very important. And there are clients or potential clients who doesn't know at all about your brand. So to win a client is there are very easy tools and instruments. It's actually to ask. I just ask first group why they are buying your product, and make these researches what exactly they like in your product. Make them promoting your brand more, and ask the second group why they don't buy. And more often you ask them, more you understand how you should develop your product, or how what kind of innovation you should make to make your product better. And then analyze answers, and with this with the second target group, work with the second target group to switch this group from your competitors to your brand, and make the strategy to work with the third group that never heard about you. So client needs, and to be focused on the client's needs, there are like summary, let's say, be human-centric, be attentive and listen. Open your brand, open your communication strategy, have personas from your companies, have someone who is speaking to your customers, focus on the personal touch, like personalization, but not too much, be in the middle, segmentation of your target group, detailed segmentation, not like men or women, and make the experience with your, when he interact or she interact with your brand, make this experience greater. So create values and follow your clients. There is actually a very good book. It calls Hooked, and it's describe how you can use habits of people to reach their attention. So follow these habits or purchases or desires of your customer can make your product better and more effective marketing campaigns. Invisible technology, if we are speaking about loyalty program, it was years when the loyalty program was working very well. Yeah, and if we are speaking about some years ago, 74% of customers made their choice based on loyalty program and discounts. But now rules are changing. Constantly changing actually, but we have now little bit different situation. Yes, loyalty program works still. There are still discounts who can attract your customer, but customers expect personal offers. When I was looking for something in the internet, and I understand that you show me the advertising I am interested in, actually it makes me value, yes, because I was researching something and you help me with the tools from Google. So personal touch, and be careful with the loyalty programs, because they step by step they become more and more expensive and quite hard to manage and analyze. Yes, there are CRM system. Of course, this is one of the must-have tools in the marketing department, in the sales department. But with the loyalty program should be really kind of good, manageable, and all the time being under attention. So this actually was all about clients. This is my name, my Facebook, if you would like to subscribe. And if you have any questions, please write me or ask me. So I hope it was quite interesting, and if I could really answer questions. I don't know if we have questions that I could answer. Okay, so we don't have questions. I just would like to maybe just tell small stories from my experience, my ex-experience in, for example, in the entertainment industry. When we had the promo campaign, it was very interesting to, we had not too much budget for the promo campaign. It was a cartoon from Disney named Coco, if you have heard about. And we didn't plan any big marketing campaign, but we was thinking how to attract kids and their parents, how to make them feel and promote the movie at the same time. So we created the campaign very easy. Let's say we started from Instagram and Facebook, and we make a promo like post selfie with your class, with your classmates, and make some hashtag, and you win the group. You win for all your class cinema tickets. And we just attract some opinion leaders and make collaboration with them, but we've been really surprised how fast audience was reacting, and how fast all not only kids but their parents, their teachers in school started to participate in this promo campaign, making this selfie trying to win the cinema tickets. And we've got in a very short time 300,000 audience reach, and more than 700 posts on Instagram with the hashtag. And this is really without not too much marketing budget. Just I think that we found the small the small insight of the customer, that they would like to post their selfie, they would like to show maybe some feelings, they would like to participate, not for them but for all class. So it was great story and great experience, and such experience you can find everywhere in many different companies. How small steps in the marketing, how small interaction with the customer can make you the huge profit, and how you can really win attention with the help of word of mouth, that somebody would tell the story about your brand, about your service, and tell friends that they've been great. They just made everything for me, and I'm the most loyal client now and ever. So I hope it was interesting, and love your clients, love your customers, love your users, no matter how you call it, but be attentive and focus on the service.